One of the significant developments in our church after Vatican II is the emergence of basic ecclesial communities. The Second Plenary Council of the Philippines in 1991 encouraged the building of BEC in the church in our country. BEC in the Philippines seeks to promote the role of laity to participate in the task of evangelization, as well as the intention of using BEC as a means of evangelization. PCP2 envisions through BEC that the church becomes the church as communion, a church as priestly, prophetic, and kingly people, and as a church of the poor. That is a church that is renewed, is today finding expression in one ecclesial movement, and this is the movement to foster basic ecclesial communities. Throughout the whole course on BEC in Sinai, I basically pictured in their programs the vision of PCP2 with regard to the path in which BEC should be heading to, that is, promoting the kingdom values to the community. With the 5 days of immersing myself in the paradigm of BEC, I have been touched to the effect of the spirit of BEC, liberating consciousness, that is, the community becomes a community of disciples. The call of discipleship is enlivened among the ordinary people. The members of the community are united to Christ and with one another. This entails that they have a deep relationship with Christ and with one another. Nourished by the Word of God, the community is evangelized and becomes the evangelizer. In the BEC, I realized how important is the venture of the church toward the goal of becoming the church of the poor. Basically, BECs are found in rural barangays and in far-flung places where most of the members are poor. These are the people for whom poverty is their way of life. As I observe, BEC teaches them how to be a community of disciples. They experience communion among themselves through the programs of BEC. They learn to be self-dependent, and they learn to be critical to the ensnaring trap of the vicious powerful. Thus, BEC does not pamper the poor, because they become not the objects of the BEC, but the active subjects in the proclamation of God's kingdom. My experiences in Sinai opened my eyes to the realities of the world. The world has been corrupted by the diverse vested interests of the few. Consequently, the powerless becomes more insignificant in the society. In the BEC course, I discovered the importance of liberating consciousness, that is, liberation for the little ones from the oppressive structures and from poverty, and with Jesus Christ, the model of holiness, poverty, and principal agent of liberation. BEC therefore moves me to empower the lay faithful, and by empowering them, they become agents also of evangelization. Concretizing the goal of BEC is an arduous task. BEC takes us to challenges that seem to be unavoidable. One challenge is the danger that the poor people become more aggressive in fighting for their rights, in which they become the oppressors instead. The challenge is thrown to the pastor on how he journeys and guides the people to the perpetuation of God's kingdom here on earth. Another challenge I see in the implementation of BEC is the danger of creating division instead of healing or reconciling the division. The programs of the BEC may become means of proliferating the gap between the rich and the poor instead of bridging the gap between the two.